We're live. Good morning, everyone. Well, good afternoon. I guess it's 1 p.m. Eastern, and we're here today on the Akashic Academy sessions, if you like, with a special event today. First, kind of like for the love month of February. It's Valentine's Day week, I guess. So we celebrate love every day here on Spirit Sessions, but today it's February. It's Heart Month in Canada. It's the love week, and if you didn't get to go out on your date, maybe you'll have a special date or date with yourself this weekend. Today we're going to talk about the angels of love. So send this out to everyone you love. Share it out to your pages, please. Share it out to your friends, your lovers, your parents, your kids. They can listen to this wonderful message that our special guest Melissa is bringing with us. And share it out, everyone. And we're happy to see you here. So, Bex, please introduce our very special guest. We're so excited to see her again.
Yes, absolutely. It is my honor to, bring us all together today with Teresa and Rhonda and the amazing Melissa Virtue, who's here with us today to talk about the angels of love and relationships. And at the end, the second half of our show, she's going to bring through her specialty, which is dream interpretation. That's going to be so much fun. If you guys haven't connected with Melissa at any point in your journey yet, let me give you a little background on her. She's an expert dream interpreter and intuitive. She's been teaching dream work for over 15 years. She teaches dream interpretation. She has been featured on Hay House Radio, Inflow Radio, as a guest speaker in Canada, UK, and across the USA. She has done amazing things. She has books. She has oracle cards she's done, which have dream stuff. She's also done the Angels of Love Guidance app with her husband, Grant Virtue. And I had the relationship one for a while, and I loved that. I loved getting the daily messages and all of that, and being able just to help me get into alignment with not only self-love, but in being able to call in that loving energy, of a partner, and just know that that's, there's no hope lost in that there's always faith and hope and connecting with the love, no matter what you're doing in your life. So I'm really excited to introduce you all to Melissa Virtue. Melissa, thank you so much for agreeing to hang out with us today.
Oh, thank you so much. I am honored to be here and delighted. Thank you.
It's our honor, absolutely. I've just been so amazed by the work that you and Grant have done, the work that you've done. I love seeing your oracle cards with the dream interpretations, because dreams have always been a big thing for me, where I have very vivid, colorful, active dreams. So that was always really important for me to be able to have a reference to go to, where I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Do I need to, do something differently? And you have that innate ability to be able to really bring us more awareness, more than we can actually receive ourselves sometimes, because we get blocked up. And then there's the whole Angels of Love thing, which we're going to get into right now. And I mean, you have a very expansive thing. I mean, there's also the Angels of Abundance. We could go into that too. But the Angels of Love is such a big thing. I think it's so hard sometimes for people to really connect with that, because there's so many stereotypes about what love is, what relationships are. And calling in any of that energy can be very intimidating, because you're not sure exactly what it is that you want. How do you even start with that area? How do you even start connecting with the Angels of Love and bringing that into your life more? Like, where would you start?
Honestly, I would just say help. Just like anything, help. I need help. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay. You are, I call it the divine language. Love. Love's the divine language. And that's what you're created from. That's what I'm created from. We're all the divine language. We're all love. That's where we've been created from. And the angels of love are the extension of the divine. And they're here to help you. And so it doesn't matter. You don't have to do this big ritual or this big, even know where you're going or what you want, because that is actually the crux of a lot of blockages for people, is exactly what you said, Bex, is just, what is it that I want? So you can just say, help, angels of love, or just love, help. And love knows you. The angels of love know you. It's God, source, divine love and light, the great creator, the great architect, whatever you call that, goddess, it's the great all. I like to say divine love and light. because that is like encompasses all of those terms. And so that's where the angels of love come from. And so the best place to start is say, help. I need help knowing where I'm going, what I want, unraveling this mystery for me, please.
Yeah, because I feel like there's so many times that we think that we need to accept something because we're afraid we'll have nothing. And that's where we really get stuck in
Yes.
that. Like we ignore our intuition and we're
Oh.
like, well, at least I have somebody who wants to be there for me, even if it's only a little,
Mm.
right? Because we're so afraid of
Yeah.
having nothing that we
Mm-hmm.
forget that what's meant for us will always find its way. And that's,
That's right.
that's so powerful to be able to just say help when we don't want to settle, I love that.
Right.
I think my train of thought was going a little bit different, but I think that,
Oh.
for us to be able to really open up to it, we have to be able to set aside our ego, because love and ego
Mm.
can be such a conflict, that energy where we think we have one thing and we want something else. We feel our heart leading us in a different direction. So, what angels could we call on? Like, do you have specific angels that might be able to help us be more in alignment with our love, our loving energy, our heart space, and help us
Honestly,
to, yeah,
sorry.
go ahead, sorry.
No, I hear it coming in already.
Yeah.
Um, honestly, you know, this is what I was saying about the help actually, is that a lot of people do tend to get bogged down in the names and the specific angels and the specific what this is, and that can help you if you are someone who really needs the details, needs to hone in on exactly who it is and who they are. Then yes, here are some names. Okay, but I'll tell you, if you feel confused or overwhelmed by it, it really is you're just saying, angels help me, angels of divine love and light help me, or angels of love help. Okay, because what they do is they move the ego out of the way. Archangel Jophael is about self-love, and she works with the angels of love. The angels of love are comprised of many beings, okay, many beings of light and love that specifically help with intimate relationships. It can help with family relationships, friendships. It's definitely finding your soulmate, finding your bliss in your path, because when we have our soulmate, it helps us on our life's mission, okay, to be paired with our soulmate. That doesn't mean you're going to have a perfect relationship. And that doesn't mean either person's perfect. That's where a lot of the deserving issue comes in. And we can get to that in a minute, but to jump back here, the angels of love, you can just say, help me, angels of love. And they come in, these angels, Jophael, Archangel Jophael is one of them that helps. I love Michael. I always talk to Michael anyway. He bounces out the junk to me. So he kind of stands as not really bringing in the love, which he is loving, but I mean, he holds the space. He bounces out the negativity so everybody else can do the work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. There's other beings like Mary, which is interesting because we just talked about her, Mother Mary, and even the Magdalene. They bring in unconditional love and self-love, okay, because we have to love ourselves first and know what that means, not completely, because we're going to ebb and flow with what that is, but being able to recognize self-love within ourselves so we can fully give to the other person as much as we can, because it's a journey of learning to grow. So those are some of the beings that can help. And then honestly, we have a few, I know some people be like, what? A few star beings that are connected to the angels of love, and they are considered the angels of love, part of that group. So it's a group or a council, if you will. So I don't want to overwhelm anyone, but those are some of the beings that you can call upon, right, to help you. Archangel Jeremiah is someone that comes in and helps. Archangel Raziel, I consider him the wizard angel. I really love him. He helps as well, the angels of love. But they help you move your ego out of the way. And Michael really holds that space, and that's what I was talking about, that negativity, because the ego is just scared of success, scared of bliss, scared. So sometimes the ego acts like a bully. But when you call in the angels of love and you just say it like that, they help already with ego. They already know. Ego can't stand in that loving energy. That makes sense. Ego calms down and is soothed, if you want to, like a child. Okay? But that's what happens. Ego just gets nervous. And so that's how I do it. People who get overwhelmed, I just say, Say angels of love, right? But then you have some names if you're very detail oriented.
Love, I love the expansive part of just saying angels of love. Because for me, I always felt like I had to identify with certain angels for certain roles, and instead of
Right,
having to take that time to go into which angel is it, who do I connect with, just say,
right,
exactly what, angels of abundance, angels of love, angels of protection, angels of whatever it is. And
exactly.
that makes it so
Yes.
much more relaxed. So I love that. Thank you for bringing
And
that
it
forward for us.
invites, yes, and it invites all of the beings in that need it. It doesn't say, oh, I wasn't invited in, because we have free
Right,
will. So they're not like,
right,
oh, I wasn't invited to that party,
right. I love
So,
that. Yeah.
right?
Wow. But I
So,
mean, it's yeah, it helps a lot to be able to have it because love is expansion, right?
it is,
So it's when we
yes,
put limitations on it and stereotypes and all those things that keep us from being able to identify it when it shows up. So I
yes,
think the most important thing for us to be able to do today is bring it in and make it as simple as possible.
yes.
Simplify relationships, simplify love. So working with angels, working with that love energy, how can you bring it into your relationships and really help you to connect with people on a deeper level?
It really does start with yourself again. Okay, so it starts with you and taking a moment. I love to share with people 5 minutes in the morning.
Mhm.
Really, you can spare the 5 minutes to just connect with you. Because when you can connect with yourself upon awakening, okay, after you journal your dreams down, I'll say upon awakening, you just want to connect with yourself, whether it's closing your eyes, whether you want to get out of bed at that point and sit on the floor for just a moment, lay down on the floor. Maybe you need to take a shower, connect with yourself in the shower, right? But you can take a moment to just close your eyes and take a deep breath. Connect with yourself and listen. Self, you can even say your name in your mind. What do you need to tell me? Because our bodies give us messages all the time. Our mental, energetic, emotional, physical, and spiritual beings, right? We have all these different energetic bodies, if you will, just like the aura. Like, so you just connect with yourself and say, what do I need to know today? And you're asking yourself, you're saying, I love you. I love you. And you can place your hands on your heart. I love doing that. And I have some people who have a hard time with their physical bodies, place their hands on their legs or their hips or their shoulders, wherever it is. Say, I love you. Thank you. Because your body is your instrument. It's a divine instrument that your vehicle is going to move forward with. So it starts with you. And it's that connection, that first part of your day, right? And so when we connect with ourselves, we are able to connect with other people more deeply. When you can look in the mirror, maybe you feel like you don't have time to take a moment to close your eyes. So you're brushing your teeth, you look in the mirror, look in your eyes, and tell yourself with your mind, if you don't feel like you can say it out loud yet, I love you. You're amazing. You're a child of divine love and light. Brushing your teeth, whatever you need to do. Connecting with yourself, because throughout the day you'll notice you'll connect with other people in their eyes. You'll smile. Things will come out. You'll start to reach out and touch someone, because it is about physical contact. We are physical beings still on this earth plane. Okay. We haven't shifted into that other dimension yet. So here we are. So touching someone physically, smiling at a stranger, it is all of those simplistic things that you hear about. It's it uplifts your energy, it uplifts their energy, and then it starts going into your relationship. Now, let's say you have a partner with you, okay, and you take a moment, and you can interrupt me at any time, Max. Anybody
No, you're good.
can,
Keep
okay.
going.
But I'm getting this information to share that if your partner is with you and they're laying beside you in bed, they wake up earlier or later than you need to coordinate to wake up at the same time, if just for a minute. To look at them in the eyes and say, good morning, or smile. Give them a physical touch on the shoulder, a kiss, a stroke of the hair, whatever it may be. But it's connection that way. It starts your day. It's the first thing that your body rises to is love. So any connection in that way is love. And you've started your day that way. It flows, emanates from there. Okay, so it's like your day's amped already. All right, so it's always expressing that first thing, whether you're single and you're doing it with yourself or you're doing it with your partner. And then you can connect with yourself. You connect with yourself for a moment, take a deep breath, and then say good morning to your partner. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
And then it just
absolutely.
keeps expanding. Okay. And we want to take time throughout the day, time, because we are always in a rush. And I see people, texting on their cell phones or all of this. And it really is about here we are, right here. I love technology that we're all able to connect like this. This is awesome. So thank you for everybody being here right now because we are energy beings. We're energetic and we're spreading love right now, love and light. So make sure you take time throughout the day to smile, to touch, to say hello, make eye contact.
That's
So,
absolutely putting it as simple as, I mean, that's basic, basic stuff that
mm-hmm,
we tend to overlook because we're so caught up in life, and everything. That's that John Lennon quote, life is
mm-hmm,
what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. We just get caught up
mm-hmm.
in the whirlwind and we forget to take a moment just to connect with ourselves or connect with those closest to us. And, you're right. That's the complete like launch point to experience more love, you know?
Can we
Um,
ask
Yes,
the angels of love to help us remember to do these things? Can
of
they?
course, absolutely. And that's a great point. Absolutely, you can. You say
Because you
angels of
get,
love. Yeah, they help you, right? Yeah, of
yeah.
course. We get caught up in things, or some people get frustrated, right? With their partners or themselves, and they start leaking that out onto their partners or the person that they love, or no, never, or themselves, right?
Not at all.
And it's
Yeah.
really coming from something within you that you're frustrated about yourself. Usually that's 99% of the time. Your partner's just mirroring something to you. So you think that they're frustrating you, but it's really something about yourself. And so we call on the angels of love to help us remember that, to help us see our partner as a child of divine love and light, help us see ourselves as that. Even people that are bullies in our lives, because they're all around, they're scared. That's all. They're afraid. And so we want to especially call upon the angels of love to help them and to help us remember that they're just afraid and they need love too. So yes, absolutely. Call on the angels of love to help remember. And they'll be quiet at first and then they get louder and louder. And, sometimes they're loud and where you cannot deny. So they will help you remember and they will do it in the ways that you know. And if you keep sweeping that, and I can't remember. I'm irritated right now. So hope you be unirritated. Word. But,
That's awesome. Yeah,
okay.
so
Yeah.
powerful. And I think that, a lot of times, well, we've got this whole as light workers, healers, awakened beings or awakening, a lot of us are in the process of
Mm-hmm.
awakening.
Mm-hmm.
So we tend to hold ourselves accountable that we need to be in the space of love all the time. That we need to always be aligned
Yes.
with love. We always need to be in love, actions of love.
Mm-hmm.
That when we
Mm-hmm.
start to slide, and I know I've brought this up in other episodes we've done because I think it's so important for us to be able to
It
hold
is.
space for this. But we are human beings having a human experience, and we're going to experience energies that may not be in alignment with love, alignment with love. So
That's
it's
right.
being able to have that tool of having the angels of love where we can just say, you know what, I feel a little bit out of alignment right now. Can you help me come back in? And just knowing that
Yeah.
that's an amazing resource that we have that we don't always remember to use. Um,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. And sometimes
So,
we'll even give you a little homework when you're feeling that way. And you're right. Absolutely. Nobody, I mean, we're human and we're experiencing that. It's about the ebb and flow and learning how to get past that and to heal it. It's about healing and love being here. And sometimes we'll say, like we were talking earlier before we went live about music.
mhm,
And sometimes the angels of love will say, you need to play this song to get that anger out or to get that frustration out. It's okay to express frustration or anger. It's when we start seeping it on other people, and then we go, oh, you need to forgive yourself for that. And then you need to ask for forgiveness from that other person. And if you can't, that's okay. You just send them a blessing, right? Send them a blessing of it because we're human and it happens. And but to express your anger, your sorrow, your depression, whatever it is, that's the first step of healing, whatever might be going on. And that is so okay. And the angels of love are proponents of that. So you don't hold it in and start having it eat away at you. And then you start sending it to other people. And then suddenly we're really off balance.
Can we
That's a
ask
great
them
point.
to bring us a good partner? Can we ask them to open our eyes or maybe arrange a meeting rather than on Timber swiping left or right? I don't know which way, because I have never used it. But both my kids have, and they both found they're good partners that way. I have to say that. But anyways, like, can they help us that way more concretely?
Find our partners. Is that what you said?
Yeah, find our partners. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. So in my experience, and with other people too, but I'm going to use a personal experience that I was in a relationship that was really unhealthy, and I was younger and I wasn't willing to look at it. And so the angels of love helped me see that this was not healthy at all. But I ignored the information because I have a lot of dreams, and that's my thing that I'm sharing and giving, and that's always been what I do is dream work. And so I had all these vivid dreams, and they were showing me, and I'd wake up and go, "Oh my God, that!" But that wasn't concrete enough, right? So I thought, okay, I'll shift that later, because I did see my soulmate in a dream, and then they showed me my current partner, and they were showing me you have a choice to make here, but I didn't know who that soulmate was. And so my fear led me to stay on the same path with my partner. And then in waking life, which is I call our reality where we are right now, this is our wake life, something happened that was very hurtful to me in that relationship. And the angels of love, actually, I feel like they had steps towards that to show me, see, you weren't listening. We were trying to help you out of that. Here this is. And then they had steps for me to heal that and then meet my current Grant, my soulmate,
Yes.
Grant. And so, but the thing is that they absolutely do. You just have to walk through the doors that they open for you and not hold it in a shoebox. You don't want to put it in a box with a lid on it, or even in a box at all without a lid. You want to keep it out of the box. So, for example, they had me going to this event that I thought, I don't really want to do that. That doesn't feel right. But every action that came after that first, them showing me this, someone would say, oh, you should go to this event. And then I would see the event somewhere else. And then someone else would say it. So I had all these concrete, all these people telling me, and I was hearing it, and I felt like bombarded from it. And I had a dream that I went to the event. Like, fine, I'll go to this event, but I'm not really interested in, maybe it'll be good for me. I went to the event and I was seated right next to Grant. I didn't know who he was at the time, but we started talking, and we completely geeked out about books and politics and all of this other stuff. And so then we became really good friends. But before I saw him, he walked by, and I thought, that's that man I had in my dream that year ago. So, and I didn't know who he was, but they do bring us these concrete, sometimes they'll send you to a dating site, and you'll think, why am I on this dating site? Or you'll go to this meeting, and you'll think, what am I doing here? So they always bring these steps. You just have to be the one to walk through the open doorway. You can accept it or not, but when you do meet your soulmate, it's something that you just will be magneted towards them again, over and over. But yes, they do bring you concrete things for you to do, action steps, not just this kind of airy-fairy stuff,
Absolutely. But okay, so I have this is something that I have clients who come to me and say, it's not happening. Where are they? Why aren't they here in my life yet? I've been patient. I've been waiting. It's just not going to happen. And I think I end up redirecting them towards self-love, enjoying their life, enjoying where they're at, being in that energy of joy and fun, because that attracts it faster. Exactly. How do you, I know that you probably have the same questions from your clients as well. And what kind of advice do you give them to help them be able to stay open to that coming, and not shut down and feel like it's pointless?
But that's the same thing, is that they're being their own blocks, their own obstacle. And that's what the information always comes through, is that you're being your own obstacle. what you're doing is you're so tunnel vision focused on it like this, and you're repeating, I don't have. And so sometimes we get too much words. We're too big wordsmiths here. We don't need the wordsmithing, you know? But here we are, tunnel visioned like this. We don't see the rest of the love and joy around us, and so we're not participating. So your vibration is tuned to a radio station that is one of those country songs that's sad and lonely and crying in their beer, you know, instead of amped up. I know I grew up in Oklahoma, so I can say that. So, you know, the energy's not amped up to, I love me, I deserve, I trust and believe that the divine has my back. And I know that the divine wants me to be blissfully happy. A lot of people, so I have some clients who say, like, when we get down to it, we discover that they don't believe they deserve it. And then some other clients feel like, well, I'll say a friend, one of my friends said to me, okay, well, I know I deserve it. I can kind of feel that a little bit here. But what I don't understand is it's done then. If I meet my soulmate, it's going to be perfect. And then everything's perfect. So I don't think I believe I can have perfection. And I was like, oh, no, not perfect. No. And so that's an obstacle for people. And when they start talking that, they realize, oh, I do. I hear soulmate and I think perfection. Mm-hmm. And so they don't believe they can have it. Or even love, relationship, equal partnership. Those words even send a trigger. And they feel like it's perfect and they can't have that because there's no perfection, because they look around the world and see imperfection. And so let's just dust that off right now. It has nothing to do with perfection. Okay? It has to do with, you are two trees and you need to grow next to each other and intertwine and intertwine and intertwine. And you're helping each other grow. You're going to ebb and flow. There will be pain and sorrow and happiness and joy. You know, and there will be love shared through it all. And you'll be supporting and uplifting. But yes, there will be ups and downs. They're your soul mate. Soul mate. So they're there for you to step upon your path, to really do your life's work and life's mission. And you can believe the divine wants you to do that because it's about love and light. So what I would really like to tell people, and what I do tell the clients, is get out there, just like you say, get out there and just be your authentic self as much as you can. Discover who that is. Wear that red lipstick if you want. Men wear those red pants if you want. You know, red is the power of our fear or our confidence. And that's why I use the color red, you know. And so it's standing in that animalistic instinct, life force energy color. And just get out there. Do the things that you want to do. Go take that pottery class if you've been wanting to take it. Go take that florist class. Go to that place over there and dance away. You know, whatever it is, live. Because that uplifts your vibration. And you'll start forgetting all those hounding thoughts of, I don't have this and I'm feeling impatient and I don't see it. That's all you're seeing is that you don't see it. Sorry. So that's it.
No, that's perfect.
That's what I hear to share.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
So have you got a little meditation or something that we could share with the people right now, just to bring them into that
absolutely.
space? Would you mind? Just, and then we'll get off the dreams, but because I can segue back into the dreams from there. So I'd love to.
I would love to. It's an honor. Thank you. So, yes, if everybody could just take a moment, I like to ask you to open your palms to the sky. You know, if they're resting on your thighs, just take a moment to veil your eyelids or close your eyes. Inhale and exhale. And as you inhale all those worries into a little ball in your heart space, and exhale all of that out and let it drain away down to the bottom of your feet. Giving it to the earth because she is supportive and nurturing. Inhaling a beautiful golden pink cloud. Exhaling the rain. Allowing the rhythm of your breath to just move. And in your mind's eye, you may see in front of you a big place. Know that you're safe and secure. Boundary. Walk into that trust. And as you do, you may see before you a beautiful garden. Want to look around. Listen to the sounds. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Love. You may begin to feel slight tingling sensation around you, vibration, the humming you hear. Angels of love are now surrounding you. They're gentle. They're listening, they're supporting, and they're asking you, right them in. They want you to be blissfully in life, finding your purpose. And as you inhale, you can feel them taking anything that needs to be healed. And exhaling, letting it go, giving it up to them, anything that feels full. Inhale, releasing it to them as they take that and transmute it. And knowing that they're going to be with you to heal that. They're helping you open your ear, crown chakra, your root chakra, helping you connect to the heavens, being open and receptive to love, and always. They're with you always, and you can call upon them. Taking another inhale and exhale, finding yourself back in this time, this place. You are. Take a moment to just feel your fingers and toes and bring yourself fully back and bring your eyes. And you can always meet the angels of love. I like to do it in the morning and right before bed, before I fall asleep. They can be helping me in my sleep, and I move that conscious mind out of the way so I can allow in what I need and what I may not see during the day. So thank you for breathing and being there. There's so much love and connectedness I could feel from you, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that exchange.
It was funny because I saw them show up as little sparkly pink fairies, which is different.
Awesome.
I thought that was very cool. I'm like little pink flit, like they're flitting everywhere around me, all excited and happy. I'm like, all right, we're going with it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, right. They show up like they need to. That's the cool thing about the angels. They show up how they need to. They do. You need to see them and connect with them.
That's
Definitely
cool.
connected me to the inner child part, which is that's where we have our deepest sense of love, right?
That's right. That inner child.
I
And
think
there's a
that's
lot of work that people need to do, all of us, when it comes to that, really finding that love. It starts with that child.
great. Thank you so much for that. And we'd
How
love to
did
hear
you
what
guys,
everybody experienced.
yeah,
Yeah.
how did you guys, write in what you thought? There's a lot of love bubbles going up right now, so
Yeah, that was
just
just amazing.
tell us what you thought of that and what you got. out of that meditation. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
And while you're
And
typing, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I kept seeing a rose quartz for everyone, like a really big rose quartz. And if you don't,
Brought
there you
mine.
go. And I was going to say, that really connects to the vibration of unconditional love, but also intimate love, self-love. And if you don't have one, ooh, that's beautiful too. I love it. I love the forms these beings come in. If you don't have one, you can just call in that energy. Because again, it's energy. And so you can call upon that vibration and meditate upon rose quartz. You can look at a picture of it too. Because I don't want people to feel like you have to go out and buy that.
No.
It's part of the earth. It's energetic. You're a part of that. So call upon that part of yourself. Rose quartz is what I kept saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
rose quartz is, that's helped me through so much healing. So much healing. I put it on my heart space and I'll meditate, or I just sit with it when I'm feeling uncomfortable sometimes. And it just eases my energy. It helps me to open back up to the love. Because I've always been very good at being dynamic in the, shut down or be wide open, one or the other. It's helping me to bring myself into a balance, where I'm not feeling closed off and angry or, very expansive. Like, I want to be expansive, but I also want to be able to maintain it, so it helps me to ease into that better and not such a, I feel like sometimes there's some crystals that we can work with that can really blast us open and push us a little bit.
Yes.
So this is just a very soothing for anybody who wants to just open up to that. It's a very soothing, comforting crystal that won't trigger you. It won't have you dive into your stuff. It's just giving you that support and that love energy. So I think that's important. Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely. That's a great point. It's beautiful. And sometimes if you have a little one, you can just carry it around in your pocket, especially if you're feeling a little bit of that self-doubt.
Or tuck it in your bra, which I'm known to do. Always tucking it in my bra.
Men want to do that,
right? Yeah, right. Well, it's putting it right where you need to put it. So
that's exactly right.
Or a pendant, a pendant if you don't want to do that. I mean, there's lots of ways to get around you, or
absolutely.
That's very cool. So while we are closing up the love part, which of course we could probably still bring a little bit into the next part, but we're going to go into dreams because Melissa is an expert dream interpreter. So we would like you guys to comment if you have any dream symbols or anything that you are interested in getting a little more insight on, and we will try to pick and choose what we can, what we're guided to, and present them to her. How are dreams helping us in our journey?
Oh my goodness. They help us heal, they help us grow, they help us evolve, they help us open to what's for our highest good. So they help us on our next path. Yeah, they help us be authentically who we are. They bring us the messages that we need to know for our highest good and the world at large. So putting it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
They also help us, bridge two worlds, right? So they help us bring out of the ethers and manifest here in this plane of existence right now. And that's what a lot of native peoples and tribes would do. Especially, I usually just talk about the Native Americans because I more closely have studied that and connected with that. But I've studied other native peoples around the world, and they're very similar in this way, where that's what they do, because lucid dreaming is so important of manifesting from the ethers to here. So that's a little bit bigger scale, but just generally speaking, helping us grow and move forward.
Jen Funt was saying she's been having a lot of sexual dreams lately, and she was wondering what your interpretation of that is. I guess what the angels of love would be.
We're going right into it.
Right into it. Let's dive in, right?
But I'll tell you what, this is very cool. So don't feel like you're alone or you're embarrassed. I'm glad that you asked it, because it depends on what you're doing in your dream. And I really mean that. Who is in your dream? What's happening? How do you feel? Are you uncomfortable? Are you in bliss? Are you trying to decide something? So all of these things matter. So I can only, because I can't discuss the dream with you right now, I can only give you some generalization. Okay. So usually sexual dreams is, there are a lot going on. We are repressing ourselves. Okay. to express our intimate nature. And so it may be that your root chakra is unbalanced, okay, which could be, honestly, it could be a money issue, it could be a fear, it could be that your life force energy is low, or it could just be that life force energy and need of intimate connection has been suppressed or isn't there. Rarely is it that that's happening all the time for you. But if it's different people, like a celebrity means something different, your partner means something different, an ex-partner means something different if you're in the intimate acts with them. So it kind of depends on what's going on. But I'm going to say, without information, that think about what's going on in your life intimately. And if there's anything being repressed, also expressing yourself sensually, okay? So perhaps you're holding a part of yourself back in your everyday life of sensually expressing yourself. Maybe are you really feeling like you're in that womanhood part, or do you feel like you're buttoning your collar up and needing to be very proper and very prim? So think about that and how you're seeing yourself right now, what you're showing to the world. Expression. Does that make sense, everyone?
Very good explanation. I find that, a lot of us.
Little dream.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Me?
No, go to. Yeah.
I had a little dream last night. I think that some people may relate. It was little. Um, I went into a store, and in this dream I had a partner, which I don't know why I've asked not to, but I went into this dream, and then they had picked out some really neat clothes, like 4 sets of clothes, and they were cute, pink tops. I mean, it was cute enough. I loved it. And it says, okay, go try them on. I waited for an hour, and a dressing room did not open up for me to go to. So I said, let's just come back tomorrow, and I'll try these on. So
That's interesting.
what
Okay, so always I would say dreams are multi-layered. So we'll just get to the first layer of this, and it'll be brief, but always pay attention to the sequencing of your dream. So I like how you told it, because some people actually jump in the middle and start talking about it. The colors in your dream are important. Yeah. Who is with you? So it was an unknown person that was with you? What? Who was with you? Your partner?
It was somebody I've known in the past. Yeah, no, it was a person I've known in the past, but they're not in my life now.
Okay, so you want to look at that person and say, what qualities did you like and maybe not care so much about, because they're mirroring a part of yourself, okay? And they are also representing themselves as well. So something energetic, someone energetic is around you like this, okay? And you're in a dressing room, so think about the tops. Pink, you said. So what does pink represent to you? Think about how you feel about pink, because pink can represent unconditional love. It can represent birthing a feminine aspect, okay, is coming in. Also, the hue matters, but again, I'm going to keep this a little bit brief. Let's see, in a dressing room, so trying on different tops. So if it's a top, a shirt, it deals with this part of your chakra system, okay? It deals with your heart space. It deals with your throat expression. It deals with your third eye, right? In your crown of your head. It deals with how you're feeling about this area of yourself, energetically, right, mentally, emotionally, physically. And then trying on different energies, right? And so the dressing room didn't open up. Well, what would you do in awake time if that happened? And you don't have to answer that. I'm just saying, think about what would you do? Because they're showing you, okay, so something's not opening up. Are you going to go over here behind this rack and try it on anyway? Or are you going to take that as a message as, well, divine timing is saying, not yet, but be ready because someone wants to present these to you? Or are you going to say, I will pave my own way? So just a couple of things to think about with that. And so when I do dream interpretation, I really like to discuss, because we get the different, look at you, you're so cute. You're like, yeah. It makes you really point out this really soft feminine aspect of yourself, though, whatever these tops were, because you described them as fun and cute. So there's something about that arising. Okay.
All right, that's perfect.
So think about that person. Yeah, that's what's bringing the energy, this type of person that was in your past, and what they're reflecting to you. Again, how you feel about them. what you think about when you think about them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you.
Oh,
So
yeah.
cool. I love it.
No, absolutely. I mean, again, we could go on and on because dressing rooms are places where we try things on. So it's like you're getting a dress rehearsal dream, you're getting to try on different aspects to see what fits you, to see where you want to go right now in your life, to see what you want to express right now in your life. So that's what I say about the dressing room.
That's powerful.
Makes sense. That's so
Yeah, it
cool.
does.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So I just wanted to share mine real quick yesterday, which I think it's cool that, as my experience with dreams, as we've been, or as my awakening process has, expanded and expanded, I find that I'm getting direct messages in my dreams now. It's not so much an interpretation. It's like, here you go, and it's always when I least expect it. But for a while, I've kind of put out there, universe, okay, what's my purpose? Why am I here? What's my mission? And I've always felt that I knew, but there was a part of me that really doubted it. I put that block up. I'm like, no, that can't be it. And then last night I had a dream where I was literally shown like a video of my life and shown the theme throughout it was that I've always been attracted, drawn to that relationship love, that love connection, and that's where I'm going, is that love and relationships are a big part of my purpose, helping people to heal relationships and heal relationship wounds and, have true authentic relationships and things like that. And it was like there was this voiceover in the dream that was like, your mother's mission was this was the theme in her life, and this is yours. And it showed me parts of my childhood that I vividly remember that I, connected to that, relationship energy, that love energy. And I always felt like it was like that's limiting it, but it seemed so like point blank that there was no doubting it after that. It was like, okay, I got it. It was very cool. Like this male, voiceover was like, this is your life and this is your purpose. And I'm like, all right, I got it. I don't know what to do with it yet, but that's the energy of what I'm supposed to do. And I thought that was, we're becoming so much more in tune with receiving those messages that if we just take time to acknowledge them, we're going to open up even more, and we're going to get more direct messages. And there won't be so much symbolism, which the symbolism's powerful too. I love getting those. But yeah, I just thought that was a really cool, especially because today we were talking about love and relationships. So I thought that was really cool.
No, that's fantastic. And so, that was their opportunity to go, okay, good, we're going to bring this right to her. Yeah. Because she's in that energy already. And you're right. A lot of dreams are very symbolic. Some of them are literal. And it's happening more and more where they're becoming more literal. But the reason why they're symbolic, a lot of the times I find, is because the person needs to think about it. They need to get into it. They need to meld into it and really absorb it and pay attention. It's about paying attention. Because if you get something literal, sometimes people are like, oh yeah, thanks. And we're not mindfully eating. We're just eating. Right. And then we know what we're eating, right? So we're not mindfully taking it in. And so that's why it can be that way for a lot of people. And also, that's why I love teaching about dream interpretation and paying attention to dreams and teaching about tools to help you recall. And I know you don't have issues with recall, but a lot of people, it's dream recall, it's preparation before bedtime, it's, and it can be really fun. It doesn't have to be bogging you down or doing this big ritual that you don't feel like you have time for. It's not a lot of pomp and circumstance, but I want to teach it. I want to share it because I'm guided to, and I always have been. So, because we all have this, everybody dreams whether they want to or not, not everybody does intuitive work, right? Everybody has that ability, but we all dream whether we want to or not. And so we really need to start discovering what that is and remembering them, because they only help propel us. And I want everybody to know they have these gifts within them and they can use them to better their lives, use them to help them heal and solve problem-solving dreams, dress rehearsal dreams, where you can look at these choices and decide which one's best for you during dream time. So when you wake up, go, right? And so, yes, and even astral traveling, where you go out to the council, get information, bring it back. Or you go see something from a bird's eye view in another country or over your own home in your neighborhood, and you help heal or understand or exchange something or learn, or you have information downloaded. to be used for later time. But yeah, there are a couple of people that I've spoken with lately that have been having their dream state shift. And it doesn't matter if your dream state isn't shifting or is, it's all important. And I want to say that to people who are like, but I don't even remember my dreams. Yours are just as important as anybody else's. They're all important. The most mundane and the most profound is so important. So, but the reason for the shifting is because we all as a species are shifting. And that's why that fear is there in some people. And you see some of the civil fighting going on within the different countries, especially in the United States right now. United States of America, we're having some civil unrest. There are a lot of politics right now that are being, we're not agreeing at all. I mean, we never have, but there's really a lot of split. And I know this is happening around the world even more so. And then some countries are really coming together. And so our dream state is shifting because we need to wake up. We need to wake up and start bringing this in, and we need it in more profound ways. And those who are ready to say, okay, I accept it, thank you, it comes in for them, right? So they can put it right into action and plug that in, to help. But we're all here for each other. It's just there's a lot of fear. Again, like going back to that analogy of the children and being afraid, the bullies. So there are some bullies out there that are just scared. And so they're starting to get fear talk going. And some of our brightest advocates of love and light have gone into fear mode. And that's okay. That's their journey. And so we learn from that too. And we learn how to stand in our own power and shine our own light and be bright, because there are no gurus. We are all teachers. We are all students. We are all divine children of love and light. And so that's why I think dream state is so important, because it's all within you and you're directly connecting, whether you want to or not, at night. And sometimes when you're awake. So there's my little thing about it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Have you
Absolutely
some
right.
tips? I know you were talking about grids and different things we can use preparing to remember our dreams if we want to. Because these guys seem, I've been dealing with them for 2 years now, and I'm gobsmacked that they can remember all their dreams, and I can remember maybe one a week, maybe I remember them. But I know I dream every night because I instantly lose them the second my eyes wake up. Almost always. Is there anything that you do to prepare?
Absolutely, to prepare. One of the biggest things that I like to use is the simplest, really, is a dream journal. And I know a lot of people, the way that it actually prepares you is because you say, this book right here is dedicated only to my dreams. And this pen is only for my dreams. And I'm going to set it right here by my bed, because I know when I awaken, I'm going to write anything I remember, even if it's a feeling that you're awakened with. Even if you write, I don't remember a thing, I don't feel a thing, you still are telling your subconscious self, I've prepared for you. I've prepared for my dream time by putting a journal here. Okay? You will start remembering your dreams if you start writing every morning. Another thing that I like to do that I think is a lot of fun, I call it water magic, and people really like this. So if you have a small glass of water and you hold it up to your heart, and this is before bed, you hold it up to your heart and you say, I will remember let's see, how do I want to say this? I will now dream in full vivid night, excited, or whatever you want to say. You can say it any way you want, but basically making an affirmation that you will be dreaming in full color tonight, because there are people who dream in black and white. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you hold that to your heart, then you drink half of the water. You're charging that water, and it works because you are made of water as well. Plasma. And so we drink this water, put the other half to the side, go to sleep. Upon awakening, you take that water, hold it to your heart and say, now I remember my dream color, and drink the rest of the water. And then just give yourself a minute. Now, if you feel like it doesn't work, which 99% of the time, it works right away. But sometimes we block that with our mind and we're like, this isn't going to work. Do it again the next night, and then the next, and then incubate that and allow yourself to practice that one tool. That's a tool that I really like that people seem to really grasp onto, because it's fun. I also think that if you're really into crystals, we're their guardians, I think. And so just a clear quartz, I would start with. If you have selenite, great. Those are the two basic ones I like to start with, without overwhelming people. But just dedicating that crystal to dream work. That's how you want to start it. And you can just cleanse it by putting it in the window of the moonlight, sunlight. But you dedicate it by saying, this is for my dream. And then you can just say, this crystal will help me remember my dreams when I touch it. You put it by your bed, go to sleep, get that crystal to remember. There are so many ways to prepare, before, and that's a lot of what I teach, is to prepare for dream time and then upon awakening. But those are the three tools that I want to give everyone, because some people resonate more with crystals, some with a journal, some with a little tool and technique that way. So,
Those are great tools.
When they say, I've heard that when people, like loved ones who's passed on to your dreams, they're actually visiting you in your dreams. Do you find that that's
correct? Always.
And they're always like they're coming to say something, or sometimes they're just there.
Yeah, most of the time. What I found, again, actually in every case that I found, is they're there to give a message of hope, a message of encouragement, a message of forgiveness even. If they left in a way that was hurtful to you, or you didn't have a great relationship, or whatever it may be, they're there for encouragement, hope, healing purposes. And they really are there. Every past over loved one that visits you is allowed to be there by your dream guide, by Archangel Michael, by the divine. And so they're there really in that space visiting you. This is the way with animals as well. It's even this way with Albert Einstein, Martha Graham, of course I have to say her. It's this way with anybody that's passed over, not just loved ones, but those that need to come in and bring that energy, bring that message. They're really there. So yes, you can dream about Jesus, you can dream about Mary Magdalene, you can dream about Albert Einstein, like I said, Carl Sagan, it's if they're allowed to come in because you need it for your highest good.
Yeah, I remember dreaming about a dog. And it was a long time ago when I was a kid. It was a dog that had been given away. It was my neighbor's dog, but he really thought he was my dog. I remember him coming back in a dream, and it was so vivid. And, and then I realized a little while afterwards, I finally called the people he'd given, and he had been put down because he had tangled with a rabid fox. But I thought, I still remember, I said he had to come to visit to say goodbye. But yeah, I mean, animals are, yeah.
And they let you know he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of them come for us, to say, I'm okay, I'm great. And I want you to be now. I'm supporting you and the rest of your journey. So, yeah. Really.
So I think the best question to kind of close out with, because I think we're getting close to time. How can we use our dreams to really enhance our life? How can we use them as tools? What's the best way to be able to start utilizing what we're receiving in dreams? I know you shared before that, you're the best interpreter of your dreams. So I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, each dreamer is the best interpreter of their dreams. Any dream interpreter, I call them dream guides as well as interpreters. Mm-hmm. They are there to just help you uncover and give you ideas and say, okay, well, this is what there are basic symbols that are archetypal symbols. Okay, that's what they mean around the world. Right. And then there are personal symbols for each of us. Okay, and so it's how we resonate to that symbol. For example, I feel a certain way about red than maybe you do, and we resonate differently on that. But it has an archetypal meaning as well. So I tell people to please start learning, paying attention to the dreams, first of all. If you do nothing else, please journal. And please write down everything you can remember the next morning. You will start to remember more because you're telling yourself, this is important to me. I'm studying sacred space. My dreams are sacred. These are messages from the divine to help me on my path. So journal, pay attention to your dreams, and then learn as much as you can about decoding them and understanding them. Okay, call upon your dream guide. Call upon God, Goddess, the angels to help you. And they will guide you to the right people, the right understanding, the right places so you can understand your dream messages. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Because I think, we get them and a lot of people just dismiss them as dreams. They don't actually
And
look
never,
into, right. And, I think it's so important that we really just touch on that dreams they serve a purpose. Every dream. Yeah.
Every dream. It's not because you ate that piece of pizza.
Or you watched that movie, right?
Watch that movie.
Yeah.
Pizza nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole
Exactly.
different thing. But yes, no, every single dream you have is a message from the divine, your higher self as well, because it's connected to everything. And it's a message to help you up on your path, to help you grow, learn, step up on your path of bliss and live it.
And I think, it's funny, just as you were saying that, what was coming through was there's so many people who still think they're not receiving messages. That's the way you start. That's how you connect, is you say, you know what, I'm having dreams. Connect with the dreams. Just go through that, and intuiting, working with that. What is it? How do you feel? What does it look like? What does it smell like? What do you see? All of that. That's how you start receiving. Yeah. So you're always receiving messages.
And you'll notice it in your wake time all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Oh, and you'll start putting it together. This beautiful tapestry.
That's what dreams are, the gateway to receiving messages. There we go.
Awesome.
That's cool. I love it. All right. So now for our fun question, because you've had time to think about it, right?
I haven't had time to think about it.
All right. Well, we'll put you on the spot now. So we're going to ask you our fun question we ask all of our guests. If you had to choose a song to be the theme song of your life, what would that be?
Oh my gosh. The only song that keeps popping in my head, and I know Radley Valentine's going to laugh about this, is Xanadu by Elaine John.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow. I love that one.
I love that.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
That's perfect.
Precious
Angel.
I love
Now,
it.
Melissa, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the way for them to get in touch with you? Or if you have courses, you have oracle cards. I have put your webpage in the comments here, but where else can people find you? Or
They can get in touch with me on my Facebook page, which is melissavirtue.com. My website, they can email me at melissa@alchemistofdreams.com. I have an Instagram, melissavirtue8, where people can contact me there. So anywhere you can find me, I have a YouTube that you can contact me on. I am always open to receiving your messages, meeting you, helping you, telling me your concerns, thoughts, many things. So we're here for love and light, and I appreciate you being here with me on this journey. It's an honor.
I thoroughly enjoyed you being here.
Yes.
Oh, thank you all. Thank you so much. This is lovely. You guys are amazing, and I really appreciate it. And thank you, audience. I want to meet all of you. So.
And you had some shout outs from some of, I think it was Bridget Parvin who said, "Hi, Melissa, I love you." She came on, and Pablo Marino said, "Love, light, and blessings. Dear Melissa, you're an angel on earth." So if you want to check out the comments after, I'm sure that, if there's any questions that you can answer, maybe, they'll just be, you can check the replay. And we will have a YouTube link available in the next day or two that can be shared all over social media. So that way we can expand get everybody connected. And thank you so much. This has been such an amazing experience, and you've been so gracious in accepting my please come be on our show. So I appreciate that so much, because it's so great, and we just love having you on, and we hope to have you on again at some point. We welcome you to our Spirit Sessions family very happily and graciously, and we love being connected. For all of you who might be noticing this, Teresa and Rhonda and I felt this immediately after meeting Melissa, so we're just going to put that out there, but we felt the Mother Mary energy coming from her so strongly. It was like we've known her forever. We just felt so at peace and comfortable in her, in her presence, and it's really just an honor. The work that you've done, the work that you're doing, being able to continue sharing the love and light and helping people to find their way on their journey and tuning in with themselves is so powerful. And, we thank you for being a part of this. Truly.
I am honored. So I thank you. And I learn from everybody, and we just all are connected. And that's, I think, the most important thing. We are all love connected, and that's what it's about. So thank you for recognizing that, and everyone else. And again, I'm just honored, so thank you. Yay, this is fun.
This was so much fun. This is so much fun for us. We just love being here. And tomorrow, for all of you who are going to jump on tomorrow's live, we have an amazing show with Delanova Star Livingstone. He has written a book called Gonna be hard, Revelatorium Revelations, and it's all about the truth of who we are, why we were created, and what we're doing here. It's a whole nother level. So if you're ready to have your mind blown repeatedly, we invite you to join us because Rhonda and I had a meeting with him yesterday and we're still recovering. There's that much information. You're gonna have to watch the show a few times to really absorb all of it. But I promise you, it's expansive. There's so much information available that we just haven't received yet. So this is really a chance for you to just, take it if it resonates, and if it doesn't, that's okay. But we'd love to have you hang out with us, and thank you all for being here today for our special event. This has been truly special and blessed in every way possible. And I think that's it. Rhonda or Teresa, anything to add?
Just join the Spirit Sessions tomorrow morning at 8:30 PST. That would be 10. Oh gosh, it's 11 o'clock. 11 p.m. Eastern for Amanda Masters' show at Elevated Living, and it's Spirit Sessions at 12, and it's Kathy Holmeyer at 1 p.m. and then Janelle Cameron at 8 p.m. for Ascension Report. So join us tomorrow. It's great. See you then.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Bye.
Thanks everyone.